Well, hello again, everyone.
Huh?
It is me, Sasha, and there's Diane. Say hi.
Hello.
You have fallen into the Raven's Light zone, and we are delighted that you did. So, where are we at today? Where are we at today?
We are in Grand Haven.
What are we going to do in Grand Haven?
We're going to see a train.
You're going to see a train, a Coast Guard memorial,
Right.
and we're going to see a lighthouse.
That's right.
What is a venture without a lighthouse?
That's right.
And with us today, Miss Sally.
Baby.
Yeah, matter of fact, right through the tree you can see the loomings of a little steam engine. Nice out here.
Yeah. Oh, now I'm going to get
Okay, come on. So what we got? We're looking at the Pier Marquette 1223. But they got it tagged as engine. Oh, it's engine 123. The Pier Marquette. Boy, I tell you, that's an impressive. It's not as big as. So the Pier Marquette is engine number 1223. Built for the Pier Marquette Railroad in 1941 to haul freight. Has 3,000 horsepower that can pull a mile-long train at 50 miles an hour. The nearby coaling tower loaded the locomotives. That would be
Coaling Tower.
that right there. Retired in 1965 and put on display at the Michigan State Fairgrounds in Detroit until it was moved here in Grand Haven in 1981. That depends on how many trucks are behind the.
Huge.
Ain't that huge?
That's
Big
just like
old-
that one train we saw on TV.
Like the Big Boy, but Big
Yeah.
Boy was much bigger than this.
Right. Oh, well, yeah, a little bit bigger.
Big Boy a little bit bigger. Big Boy much bigger.
Yeah, much bigger than this. Yeah. This is like half its size?
About half the size of Big Boy.
Okay. Sally.
Anyway,
Come on.
these things are not small.
Look at that. Huge.
Look at the size of those drive wheels.
World, did they ever get this in?
Okay, so they truck it in there. Here's railroad tracks further on.
Oh.
So this is a 2, 8, 4. One set of wheels up front to guide. 8 drive wheels here, and then we got 4 in the back
Oh. Okay.
to help carry the weight of the boiler.
All right.
That's the boiler there. The firebox is right there. See this right here, dear? This is the firebox.
That's huge.
And then the boiler's in there, and that's the steam made all the way down
To there.
to there.
So this is a steam.
This is a steam engine, right?
Okay. Wow.
And then what's behind it is the coal hopper, and it's also the tank. The coal sits up front,
Uh-huh.
and then there's a water tank in the back.
Oh.
And it's fed through this holes right here. There's a
That
holes
hole's right there.
feeds the water into the system.
Gotcha.
And then the coal is fed through a conveyor system, or a screw conveyor, just under the cab there. You can just see it.
Yeah.
That's a screw that feeds coal into the firebox.
Oh, neat. I like that. Well, that's a lot of steps. I mean, you have to climb there. Go on the steps.
Yeah. A long ways up. They even got storage on top. See this the grate,
Yeah.
so they can put their gear up above them.
Huh. Wow.
Pretty neat.
Huge.
These are bigger than our.
Yeah.
A little bit bigger than the current newer
ones.
And that's a coal tippy. I think that's what it is. That cement structure is where they pull up underneath and then they would load up with coal.
Yeah, like we have in Battle Creek.
Well, yeah, outside of Galesburg,
Outside of Galesburg, yeah.
we got a coal tippy back in there that nobody can actually go through, right? A typical box car.
Yeah. Wow.
And a couple of cabooses. Looks like that one's getting refurbed.
Oh, the red one?
Yep, that's getting refurbed. See the fresh paint?
Yeah. That looks nice. They'll probably redo this one too.
I think it's pretty good shape. That don't, man.
A little bit.
It's a wood. Did you notice the difference? That one back there is wood.
Yeah.
This one's steel.
Okay. Yeah, that one just see a little
That's
bit.
it's an older one.
Yeah. Needs a little bit of.
A little bit of TLC.
Yeah. Oh, neat.
That's kind of neat. I've never been up close to a coal thingy like this.
Yeah.
How this works, you can see the floor is tilted.
Yeah.
You look up just above this on this wall here,
Right.
and again right about there. Used to be coal chutes,
Oh.
and they would shoot. The train would pull in, and the coal chutes would line up with the hopper, the coal truck, or whatever you want to call it, on the train, and load the train full of coal.
Oh.
Gravity fed.
Okay. Yeah, that.
Big Boy was changed over to natural gas or oil, whatever it is. Jay Leno did that one, and we might put the link on our at the bottom. You know what? Look at it. It's a coaling tower. Photo was taken in 1950 of the tipple, not a tippy, a tipple. It's a coal tipple, T-I-P-P-L-E.
Coal tipple. Oh, okay.
Coal tipple, a concrete structure, recognizable as a monument, Grand Haven skyline, but we have one in outside of Galesburg.
Right.
Built in 1925. Expensive in Denver. I believe that was as much concrete they put into that thing. Rail freight cars known as hopper cars were loaded with coal and pushed under the tipple arches. The coal is then dumped to a large pit beneath the rails.
Oh.
And then conveyed to a storage vault at the top of the tower.
Okay.
So that's how they did it. A conveyor belt loads the hopper up.
So wonder when this stopped working.
When that went off of service. When they stopped using coal.
51.
Yeah, in the 50s, 60s.
Nope.
So it's a coal tipple. So they would pull in there, empty their coal out into a hopper down below the tracks.
Okay.
And then the hopper's got a conveyor system that runs up the side.
Right.
And dumps the coal into the hoppers on the top. And then the engine would pull in, and they would load the engine up with coal.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Now you see the windows right there.
Yeah.
It's the mechanical room to the conveyor system.
Okay.
And then this opening here is the conveyor system would go down to the where they drop the coal, and it would pick the coal up
There's more window there.
There's a door up there, right? But that's the conveyor shaft.
Okay.
And they would load the hoppers up so they can disperse the coal to the engines.
Now, were there people working inside here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the machinery room. They have to maintain the machinery. There's the electrical and whatnot over here.
Okay.
In that space there.
Come on, baby, let's go.
So yeah, it's nothing automated about this.
Right. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on, boo.
There's another drop chute
Oh.
or access point for the
What's color?
right, the lift.
Okay. Wow. And there's a great big old whatever way up
It's
there.
like a vent up there. That's a vent because coal produces methane,
Yeah.
so they have to vent out the gases because it's a natural.
Come on, Pooh.
If you didn't have a vent up there, the place would blow up.
Yeah. No kidding.
That's not a happy thing to be doing.
No. No, it's not.
Grand Trunk Western Wood Caboose, number 77915. 34 feet in length, 10 feet wide, 15 feet high, and weighs 43,000 pounds. Imagine, that's pretty though.
Mm-hmm.
I like the artwork on the side. Grand Trunk Western 77915. This one here is the Pier Marquette
Oh,
986. Yeah, no, that's part of the refurb. Yeah, because that's where all the lettering goes.
Okay, got you.
Built November of 1941. Pierre Marquette Caboose, number 986. 32 feet long, 10 feet wide, that's typical, and 14. So it's shorter by a foot. And a little bit, no. What was that? It was shorter than the other one by 2 feet and 1 foot shorter height-wise.
It was built during the war.
Just, yeah. By the St. Louis Car Company, St. Louis, Missouri. Oh, they served on the chassis system. Retired from service in 81. One time used in the nightly Cannonball freight train that ran from Muskegon through Grand Haven to Grand Rapids. This one weighs in a staggering 45,000 pounds. All steel. Cabooses are a thing of the past, though. They don't use cabooses anymore.
No, well, I don't know about that. Kalamazoo still has one.
I don't mean they use it.
Sometimes they do, because I see people hanging out when the train goes by. So they do use it every once in a while. I'd say not every time.
Yeah. Pierre Marquette, rail car number 7222. It's got a capacity of 110,000 pounds. Maximum load limit.
All during the war. People built windows.
This thing weighs roughly 64,900 empty.
Yeah. Transportation, automobile parts, furniture, and general merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
It was retired from service, used a storage cart in the Chesapeake and Ohio freight yard in Saginaw. But it doesn't say when it was retired.
No, but it went to the Historical Society in '84 and loaned to the city of Grand Haven.
Oh, Grand Rapids and loaned to the city. Oh, I go. Okay, so it's loaned.
51 foot 8 inch, 10.7 in the width, 15 feet tall. That must be a standard height. 57,000 pounds altogether. Can max out at 112,200 pounds. Although it is capacity for 110. I'm sure people out there will correct me on that, but that's all right. It even gives build date on the side. They usually do. December of 1946. The actual height's 14.5. Actual width is 9.4. Actual length, or linear length. Am I reading that right? IL, which would be length, 50'6". Oh, internal length. Okay, internal length is 50'6". Internal width is 9.2.
Okay.
Internal height is only 10'6" inside.
Huh.
He's got 4,871 cubic feet
Wow.
of interior cargo space. Yeah, that's neat. All that information, if you know how to read it,
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
Too bad they won't let you up there. Somebody broke that window. Somebody broke that window up there. See it?
Oh my God. Shame on them. I think they used to, but somebody just.
There it is. The tender, the coal tender, okay, the combined weight of engine and coal tender is 400 tons.
Wow.
It's 101 feet long overall. Height of the engine 16 foot. The diameter of the drive wheels is 69 inches. Tender capacity on water is 22,000 gallons. You can carry 22 tons of coal. It is 2,979 horsepower. Built in November of 41.
In the war.
Uh-huh. It's a Class N1, 284. So you got 2 trucks up front, 8
Okay.
drive wheels, and then 4 trucks in the back. So see, this is a 284.
Okay.
So here we're looking at a sign to their bridge approach signal, and see if I can get this in. If not, I got a picture of it. I can get it. There it is. The gimbal was working against me. That's crazy. But
Yeah.
I'll put a picture. It don't matter.
That's all right.
Okay, there's a statue. And a statue dedicated to the Scouting Heritage Society.
No, come on, baby. Let's go back to the car.
Mackenzie Boy Scout. 1989 this was put out.
Huh.
The Scout Law. A scout is a trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, and obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Their oath is, on my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout Law and to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
Look at this over here.
Hey, now we're at Escanaba Memorial Park. And I tell you what, it is a busy place out here. We got a Pride Fest going on. Gee, Whitakers. So what is this about? Grand Haven members, the honors the United States Coast Guard Escanaba. That was based out of here from 1932 to 1942. Went on many ice-breaking and rescue missions. Vehicle left for service during World War II and was torpedoed in the North Atlantic on June 13, 1943. With 101 crew members lost, 2 surviving Grand Haven Channel and 2 surviving. Okay, so there were 2 out of 100. Of 100 crew, 2 survived. They raised over $1 million in war bonds for a replacement cutter. It was a wooden mast. Escanaba's original wooden mast is soaring in Memorial Park. That would be that right there.
Right.
That's off that. So, torpedoed in the North Atlantic by a German U-boat. 101 souls lost, 2 survivors.
Right.
And there's the crew of the Escanaba.
Yep.
Alright, I think we're far enough away from the music to see this mast off the Escanaba. Sank in the Northern Atlantic during World War II. Sunk by a German U-boat. So here we get to see the mast of the Escanaba, original mast. I don't know if this one was removed before her service to World War II or what, but she was sunk in the North Atlantic by a German U-boat.
By a German U-boat?
Yep. 101 souls lost, 2 survivors. Served out of that. It was actually attached to that.
Yeah, I know.
So the Escanaba was stationed here
Oh.
at the Coast Guard, at this Coast Guard station
Oh.
for about 10 years, I think, if I read that right. Before they were deployed for service during World War II.
Oh, okay. Goodbye, Sally.
And that's when they were torpedoed and sank. But that is the memorial to
Yeah.
United States Coast Guard cutters home ported in Grand Haven. That's a neat buoy.
Yeah.
That's one of those ones that when they swings back and forth from the waves, it rings the bell.
Yeah, because it's like right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hits the bell.
It's a bell reader. Here we go once again. The Coast Guard cutters that served out of here historically. Escanaba for 10 years, 32 to 42. 32, and then it was deployed for the war and sank in 43. We were just talking about that. And here we got the Almond. It's a 161 foot. It's a little ferry boat that got converted over for wartime duty.
Okay. Okay.
and had deck guns on it. But she served mainly as a buoy tender and an icebreaker
Wow.
in 43. Then there's the Tahoma, sister ship to the Escanaba. Came to Grand Haven in December 13, 1945 with camouflage war paint and was repainted white. And it was a cutter. Then we got the wood bank. You can see that. Looks like a buoy. It's a buoy tender.
Alright.
Okay. And an icebreaker. It's like 72.
Okay.
But it did a tour of duty.
Wow.
Did a 25-year tour of duty. And saw duty in the Pacific during World War II.
Wow.
And then the raw tent, 110-foot tug.
Yeah, that was big.
That was a search and rescue and icebreaker there in 73 through 79.
Wow.
One of the first vessels on the scene following the sinking of the Escanaba during World War II. So that
Really?
tug rescued the 2 survivors from the Escanaba.
Oh, wow.
So there's a connection there.
Yeah.
And then there's the
Acacia.
Acacia,
Yeah, it's acacia.
105-foot, 180-foot cutter, buoy tender. Served out of the port in 79 until she was reassigned to Charlevoix to replace the Mesquite in 90. Served 4 months of drug interdiction duty in the Caribbean
Wow.
during 87 and 88.
Okay.
So yeah, they do a lot of work, the Coast Guard does. That's kind of neat. The 2 towers, they were manufactured or installed. Their flashes, all that. I think they were built roughly the same time as the other ones, right around 1870. But it's the South Fair light. There's actually 2 lights. You can see one now. The other one's in front of it. It's shorter. So one's in. We know how that works. Oh, there it is. This guy. Boy. Looks like they repainted this. Go through all this in order to get through all that. Wish I had my I can see the spectacles, lights. Come on. That's the first tower. Over here doing maintenance. Okay.
We watched it.
Hey. Got past that. Am I even on? Yeah, I'm on. Okay. So we made it past the tall one. Now we got the front one. The front range.
Yeah.
Which is more like a house.
God, what does that stink?
So that'd be more like a house up here.
Yeah. Exactly. I know. Come on.
Almost there, kiddo. Almost to the end. And there's the North Pier light. Mommy wants to be on this side. Sorry. It's a little wider over here. Alright. We're at the base. That's an old metal shed.
Does it?
Yeah, it's all corrugated steel.
Cool.
Alright, I get out in front of this thing. It sure is a windy one out here, I'll tell you what. We are. Of course, the breakwater. It's see the where to go. See a thing. See a light the other way right back there. You got fresh air. Steel door for heavy equipment. And then a rearranged light that follows right behind this. Okay. Ready to go home?
I just had to sit down and wet my eyes out because my eyes were watering.
Ready to go? You ready to go back, kid?
Come on, baby. Let's go
That's
back.
quite the walk. Let's go back to the car. We go back to the car. All right, let's go.
Come on, baby.
These people are like 100 million years younger than you.
Yeah.
100 million years younger than I am. Doesn't matter. It's in the 70s, but it's windy. And the air, what's doing is the air is picking up the temperature of the water, too. That's what we're feeling, is the water temperature in the air. Makes it feel cold. Once you get out of the wind and back in town, then it'll go back up again. Water temperature about 50 something. They said 50 degrees in the water. Almost 57. Air temperature is almost 80. But with this high wind, you're going to feel the water temperature before you feel the actual air temperature. This was a nice day. Still kind of a little hazy from the Canadian wildfires. Not as bad as it was. Camera's focused on me. I just wants to stay focused. Anyway, we're going to say goodbye. Until our next trip, which is tomorrow. Yeah. Going to Michigan. So we'll see you then. Bye. Thanks for joining us. It's a delight to have you on. Ciao.